I know what you're thinking.
What is that? Who you fighting?
This is the Jam Vinyl Bluetooth turntable, which can be used to listen to old music that may have been lost to time. But before we get into the main video, I'd just like to say please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps with motivation. But nevertheless, let's get into the video. So you can generally buy this product for about £90 in stores such as HMV and Argos. Unfortunately, they don't sell this in Amazon, they only sell the older version, but other online stores should sell it. The specs of this device. This device is suitable for 33.25, 45 and 78 RPM records. It has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect your speaker wired or wirelessly. You both have the option, and it can amplify the sound louder than a usual turntable would. The final spec about this device is the fact that it can convert your vinyl into digital records that you can keep on your phone. So let's say the song is no longer on YouTube, it's just a song that's lost in time or something like that, and you have the song, you can save it and post it on YouTube or whatever you need to do. But yeah, you can do that. So nevertheless, let's move on to positives. Reasons why I would recommend this in 2021. You can play records that are over 50 years old. As long as it has the correct size to fit this, you can play it and enjoy your music. But if you don't have the correct size, you may need to buy a different one, a different version or something along those lines. The next positive is that once you connect it to a speaker, you can hear this clear, amazing music coming from this, and it's just like it comes straight from YouTube or some social media outlet like YouTube or something like that, but really and truly it's coming from this. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. Also, it's actually very aesthetically pleasing. It looks really cool. Even the glass panel at the top just helps with it. Let's say you're spinning your record or something like that, you can watch it safely without trying to damage it or maybe even scratching your thing by accidentally. So it's just a good safety measure for more clumsy people out there. And also, it's not as big as these other turntables out there that are literally massive tables, so it can seamlessly fit in. Let's say you have a room that you can just quickly put somewhere and it won't take up too much space, but it is kind of big, but it is kind of beefy, but you can still find a place to put it without taking up too much space. And pretty much the final pro about this device is the fact that it's easy for beginners to set up and learn how to use a turntable. I've seen some videos of professional people collecting them or something along those lines, but it's just easy to get set up and pretty much very easy to use without any problems. I haven't experienced anything like this. I'm not the greatest at setting up things, but nevertheless, let's move on to cons now. Reasons why I believe this turntable is not for you is that the arm's a bit finicky and it's not very strong. It feels kind of cheap, and if you don't put a weighted coin on it or something slightly heavy to push it down, it's like while it goes over the records, it will jump up and down and up and down. It's just kind of weird, and it can easily damage or scratch some of your records that are very important, because it's not like you can get another one if it's very old or something like that. So it's just something to be aware of. So if it's not weighed down, in general, sometimes the track doesn't even start, so you just need to worry. Just place a bit of blue tack and a penny or something like that, and it'll give it enough weight to push it down. The next negative is the fact that it's very high maintenance. If you want to keep it looking aesthetically pleasing and keep it looking like a cool decoration in your home or something like that, you need to constantly dust it and constantly keep it clean, because it's a fingerprint magnet and it's a dust magnet. You can leave it for 2 days and there will just be a bit of dust. You need to spring clean it like 24/7 to keep it looking fresh and cool. This negative is the fact that there's been loads of people saying that it's very easy to damage the actual pin that goes along the actual record. So people have managed to break it, or somewhat even damaged it. So it just goes into more detail of how bad quality it is. But usually with these types of products, the more you pay, the better you get. So let's say you pay for a £1,000 one or a £500 one. Obviously something like that won't happen, but if But if you're in the budget market, I still believe that this will be okay as long as you're very careful. And pretty much the final negative about this product is the fact that a lot of connection issues. I tried to connect it this morning and it still didn't connect properly, but 20 minutes later it connected. So there's just a lot of issues, but as long as you have the wire to plug into your speaker, it should be fine. But certain speakers don't actually have the wire included, so that will be a problem. And it's kind of unfortunate the fact that Jam didn't say anything about the connection issues and they don't really know how to fix it, but I believe I know why. I believe it's because the speaker they're trying to use is kind of outdated and it's not new enough to connect to Jam's record player. I believe anyway. Jam hasn't released the actual reason why it does this, but that's the reason I believe. Nevertheless, it's conclusion time. Conclusion, this is for the average person that likes something cool in the home, that's a conversation starter, that also works, but it's not the amazing, it's just something cool in your home. It's not necessarily going to be the most professional version, but it does the job as long as you're not heavy-handed and you don't try and grab around or be very aggressive with it. You shouldn't have a problem and you shouldn't experience any damages. The only problem is Bluetooth, but you can always use a wire. But nevertheless, it's been your boy Mr. K. Thanks for watching the video. Please consider liking and subscribing as it really helps with motivation. But nevertheless, yes, your boy Mr. K, and yeah, bye. Oh, it's heavy.